Reality is an Illusion, Chapter 13 of Holographic Multiverse. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something that honestly kept me up at night after reading it. Chapter 13, Reality is an Illusion. And before you click away thinking this is just some philosophical mumbo-jumbo, stick with me, because this chapter is absolutely mind-bending. So picture this. You haven't slept in days, you're having panic attacks, and you end up at the doctor thinking you might be dying. That's where our protagonist is when this chapter opens. But what starts as a medical emergency turns into something way more disturbing. A complete breakdown of everything he thought was real. When your body betrays you, let me paint the scene for you. This guy is exhausted beyond belief. He's spreading pate on bread, pouring iced tea, doing these supernormal things, but everything feels heavy and wrong. He's terrified about what the doctor's going to tell him. The ride to the hospital is pure panic. He's describing bugs circling in his head, and guys, I don't mean actual bugs. This is what severe anxiety and sleep deprivation can do to your brain. He can't sleep, but he can't stay awake either. It's this horrifying in-between state. When he gets to the doctor, things get really intense. His face is crimson, he's sweating buckets, and here's the scary part. He's experiencing this weird disconnection where he can feel his bed while he's dreaming. His soul literally feels like it's separating from his body. That's terrifying, right? The doctor stops his medication and refers him to psychiatry. Instead of feeling relieved, our guy feels even more scared. The ground he thought was solid is cracking beneath his feet. A temporary lifeline. So, he calls a psychiatrist, gets diagnosed with anxiety and panic attacks from prolonged stress, gets prescribed Paxil and Xanax. For a moment, there's this huge wave of relief, like a weight falling off his soul. He thinks he's got his answer, his way back to normal. But here's where things get really interesting. The clock that changed everything. Exhausted and hungry, he goes to a Chinese buffet. Just a normal restaurant with normal people eating normal food. He's sitting there looking at this old wall clock, watching the second hand tick, and something clicks in his brain. He starts questioning time itself. Is time real? Or is it just our brains creating the illusion of sequence from separate events? He does this mental experiment, closes his eyes, says stop to himself, and holds on to a single moment. In that frozen frame, time becomes meaningless. And then he has this absolutely wild thought. Maybe our life is already recorded and is currently being projected through our senses, like we're watching a movie of our own existence, taking apart your own reality. This is where it gets really trippy, guys. He starts consciously using all his senses at the restaurant, hearing the noise, smelling the food, tasting cake, feeling the spoon, and he realizes something terrifying. His entire world depends on these 5 senses. Then he breaks down how vision actually works, step by step. Light bounces off objects, enters your eye, hits your retina, gets converted to electrical signals, travels to your brain. Your brain creates the image you see. The conclusion is mind-blowing. You've never actually seen anything in the outside world. You've only experienced electrical signals in your brain. Your brain is basically a dark box, and everything you think you see is just an electrical simulation happening in that darkness. He applies this to all your senses. Touch, taste, smell, sound. They're all just electrical signals your brain interprets. You're never actually in direct contact with the material world. You're only experiencing an electrical copy of it. Think about that for a second. The ocean, mountains, the stars, they might all just be electrical signals in your head. Damage the right neural pathways and your world disappears even with your eyes wide open. The ultimate question. So here's where our protagonist goes full philosophical. He starts wondering, What if the material world doesn't exist independently at all? What if everything is just a massive hologram created by our thoughts? His theory gets even wilder. What if there's some kind of pre-installed software in our brains that creates the material world internally, then projects it outward through our senses? We create an artificial illusion that the world around us exists, when really, it's all happening inside our heads. He even tests this with imagination. When you imagine something, where does it appear to be located? In front of your mind's eye, right in your field of vision. Try to move those mental images somewhere else. You can't. They're tied to the same projection system that creates your real world. Why this matters? Look, I know this sounds crazy, but here's why this chapter hits so hard. This isn't some armchair philosopher theorizing. This is a guy who's been pushed to his absolute breaking point, and these insights are coming from real suffering. His reality literally fell apart, and in picking up the pieces, he started questioning whether reality itself was ever solid to begin with. The scary, beautiful truth is, once you start seeing the world this way, as potentially just electrical signals, as maybe a holographic projection, you can't fully go back to naive belief in solid, objective reality. The return to normal. At the end, our protagonist snaps out of this deep thinking session. An hour has passed without him noticing. He goes to the pharmacy to get his pills, returns to the world of cars and prescriptions and everyday life. But he's carrying this secret now. The solid world might just be smoke and mirrors. The pills might quiet his anxiety, but they can't erase the question that's now burned into his consciousness, and hopefully into ours too. Is this all just a magnificent, terrifying, beautiful illusion? What do you think? I want to know what you guys think about this. Have you ever had moments where reality felt fragile or questionable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this kind of deep dive into consciousness and reality interests you, let me know. There's so much more to explore in this story. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the holographic multiverse, I invite you to check out my book. You can get your copy right now. Just follow the link in the description below. Your support not only helps me create more content, but also fuels this journey of exploration. Want even deeper access? Join my Patreon for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a free download of my book. As a patron, you'll also receive bonus videos on how I conquered insomnia and anxiety, plus a private 30-minute call with me to explore life's biggest questions together. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X, for updates, extra content, and mind-expanding discussions. Links are all below. Don't forget to like this video if it made you think. Subscribe for more mind-bending content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and remember, question everything, even the things that seem most obvious.